Hey everyone! I had to wait till the 5 seconds because you won't hear the voice. Anyway, good day, good morning, good afternoon. It's early where I am. I'm barely awake, but I had to make a video because I wanted to tell you what's really important right now is keeping our eyes, fixing our eyes on the day at hand. Because today will always be the day of salvation. Today will always be the day that we have work to do here. It's the reason we were put here today. It's the reason that you're breathing today is for God's will to be utilized in your life. Whatever that is and whatever that looks like. And you know, we could hear a trumpet sound today. Wow. I saw rain coming down all of a sudden, and it's sunny, and it's not rain, it's a sprinkler, but it looked like it was coming down. Anyway, today could be the day that you could go see Jesus or he could come see you. And the scriptures bear out that we're not supposed to look past the day at hand, for such doing that is arrogance. And you know what? It's exciting to watch, and it's exciting to look at things, and I've always done this. But if there's one thing that I've learned, it's important not to put all your eggs in one basket. It's important to look at the day at hand. Let's just say the rapture will happen, and I'm just hypothetically saying, who's to say maybe it happens on September 1st, September 11th. And we have X number of days to do God's work while we're here. We've got this last push before the time comes. Maybe it is Feast of Trumpets. I don't know. Because the scriptures tell me that I'm supposed to watch and look for the Lord every single day. I believe in the imminency of his return, that it could happen at any point. And I think it's important for us to make sure that we continue to follow him closely. Follow him each day. Don't follow man. Use your own discernment. And just make sure that we test the spirits. And I'm hopeful that Jesus comes today, every day. I don't know all these days that are coming up now, we've got planetary alignments, we've got dogs, cats living together. I love that Ghostbusters line. Dogs and cats living together, real end of the world kind of stuff. I never say end of the world because the world does not end. That's not a truth. It doesn't end. So we have an event called the rapture in which Jesus Christ will come back in 1 Thessalonians 4:16, 17, 1 Corinthians 1:15, 51 through 53. And that's what I've been called to. It's weird. It was just 3:11 on the thing. To give a message about. And I am just excited about that. It's been 14 years of watching, waiting. I've looked at every single Moedim, every single time. The first year was Feast of Trumpets. We all thought it was going to happen. It's actually reminiscent of this year. And we used all of the terminology and all of those different things. The day that no man knows the day or the hour. The illusion of Feast of Trumpets, which is a real thing. And all of these different things. But boy, the disappointment when that didn't happen, that particular time that we all were positive it was going to happen, because I know. Some people didn't even talk to me for 2 days. People that you know on YouTube that were here in the old days. And because they were so depressed and so saddened. Because all their eggs were in that one basket. I'm just saying, don't do that. Don't put our eggs in all. It's good to watch, but let's don't say that we know, or even if some person that we don't know says that it's actually going to be now. And all we can do is wait till that day, right? But until that day, what are we supposed to be doing? Being about the Lord's business. What is my mission in today? My mission in today is to be active in the harvest, active in the fields, until such time that trumpet sounds, which could be today. It's always going to be a today event, even if it's a certain time like Feast of Trumpets, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Tabernacles. I've had words that talk about certain times of the year, but I'm not talking about it right now and saying this is what I heard and it's going to, because I'm waiting until that day because I've learned that I don't want to do that. It's folly to look past the day at hand. When I went to the hospital for 40 days, did I think I was going to wind up in that situation when I was looking for the Lord's return? It happened to be the same time of year. But I wound up fighting for my survival in this earth, which really I'm happy to go to the next, because to die in Christ is gain. But there was still something for me to do. So he kept me here. My point is that the most important thing we can do is make sure people know the love of Christ, the love of Jesus. And we do that through, I mean, you know, I've seen so much judgment and so much condemnation come from people that call themselves Christians. I don't even like to call myself a Christian anymore. I just want to talk about being a follower, a disciple, a servant of Christ. I mean, I don't know. I'm just a follower of Jesus. I'm someone that follows him wherever he goes. He's my good shepherd. I don't want to be considered to be because I think the term Christian winds up becoming now something that's really dangerous in the United States, especially. It's Christian nationalism, which is really disturbing, because that sort of thing happened in the past under regimes that were very dangerous. And right now we have someone here that is sitting at the tip of an inverted star or pentagram laid out on the United States, Washington, D.C. Capitol, that you can go look up. That seat, whoever sits in that seat is that is an energy point, if you will, because unfortunately the powers of darkness created that layout of the city, those that rejected the chief cornerstone and are the stone builders. And what are the stone builders? I'm not going to say the word. You can figure it out yourself. Yes, Derek. Do I lie? Do I sin? Is that what you're asking? Because if you're asking that, yes, I am not some person who is perfect. I wish I were. Unfortunately, I still make mistakes. I think we do things we don't even realize we do, because we live in a flesh that's corrupted. So me just merely being in this state, even if I locked myself in a closet and didn't talk to anybody and never said a word, never did anything, and tried to keep myself holy and righteous before the Lord, I could not be perfect. And that's what I'm talking about with condemnation and judgment. I'm talking about a world, in a world where people need love, in a world where people need to feel, everybody's like, I can't stand these people that say they're transgender. I can't stand these people that say that they're, whatever. The point is that you don't know what God's plan is for someone. I'm not getting into everybody wants to start a debate about, do you support trans kids and all that? I don't. I support the love of Christ to everyone that wants to listen and hear the good news of the gospel. And the point is that I'm not the person that they're going to stand before when it comes to the end. I'm not somebody that has that power. I am not vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. The judgment to the judge, he's the one, not me. So all I'm here to do is, if I meet somebody that's trans, do I feel like I need to bend to their will or whatever, or that I need to subject them to my will? No. Love is what you show people, and you let Jesus shine through you. And if they see that in you, they want to know what that is, then maybe that's what changes things. All I know is that I'm a fisher of man, or fisher of men. And if someone winds up hearing a message, I'm not supposed to clean the fish. I just catch the fish. So that's it. But anyway, the point is that condemnation never led anyone to Jesus. He didn't even really, the thing he hated the most were the ones that were legalistic in their belief structure, because that was so hypocritical. And that's what the Pharisees were in the Bible. And that's today, believe it or not, churchy Christians, judgmental Christians. That's not the grace of God. It's not the love of Christ. It's where he would be in places where you wouldn't want to be seen with him. You'd be talking to people you'd be embarrassed. So It's just one of those things that we have to accept, and nobody really wants to get into it, and they're afraid to say it because they're like, well, then, because now here comes the condemnation. Oh, you support trans kids. Did I ever say that? No, I did not say that. I'm saying the love of Christ overcomes when you shine a light forth. I don't get bogged down in all of who people say they are and all this kind of stuff. All I'm doing is showing them love in the way that Christ would. If I'm a follower of Christ, I'm going to show love the way that he shows love. And I'm also going to speak forth what I believe needs to be spoken when it comes to people being legalistic, because if you've gone back into the law or you're following the law, you'll never have a chance at being saved. So the gospel of Jesus is all about grace. It's all about love. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about understanding that we're fallible. It's understanding that, yes, we are sinners, even though we don't want to believe it. I'm a good person. That's what you hear. Am I going to go to heaven? I did a lot of good things. That's not the ticket. The ticket is God gave you a gift through his own sacrifice that was a complete sacrifice. It was a full payment. It was the down payment and the guarantee for your deliverance into heaven through his blood that was shed on a cross so that he could do it for you. And all you had to do was say, like the thief on the cross, which he said, please take me with you today, which was belief. He didn't even say, I believe. He showed the belief through his actions by asking the question, and that's what took him to heaven. That's powerful. And no one's different than that thief. So we have to remember the simplicity of the gospel message, the simplicity of the love that we're supposed to share, and the simplicity of watching every single day. And not getting too complex. I feel like, I've done this in the past, so I've learned from my mistakes, my errors, my folly of the date setting and all those things. And I'm not talking about watching. I'm talking about hardcore date setting. It has to be this time, or it's, just is a very dangerous place to go, honestly. I'm not going to say people don't hear from the Lord before something happens, but I'm going to say we have to use discernment. And it's very dangerous when, that's not something to play with. Thus saith the Lord, or whatever prophetic message. If that doesn't come to pass, that's a very dangerous thing to do. You have to know that you know that you know. And I just know that I've never done a thus saith the Lord. But what I'm saying is I've never gone through any of this and learned anything better than it's always today. It's always imminent. You can't go wrong if you follow Jesus in every day the way that the Bible tells us to do. Do not say you will go into this city and that city and this. Don't, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring. And he's taught me that even in work. Like I would have in my business life, I would have clients signed up and I'd go, ooh, this month is going to be a great month because guess what would happen? Every time I did that, I would lose a client. It wouldn't be what I thought because God was teaching me a lesson and I knew it. I was like, you're really teaching me this, right? So I'm not counting my eggs before they hatch. I'm not forecasting what's going to happen. And this was a lesson before 2011. It was something that I just knew God was teaching me a lesson. I said, okay, Father, I'm not doing that anymore because it always turns out to be that I'm wrong. So I won't look at things until everything's finished and done with. Then I know for sure because it's already done and that's in the past. So I can keep a record for the business, but I'm not forecasting anything because once I forecast it and say it's going to happen, it doesn't happen. It's going to be a big month. September is going to be a huge month. I've got X number billing and X number billing. Nope, no, you don't. I'm going to teach you a lesson. You think you do, but I'm the one in control. And if you look past today, it's arrogance. If you think that you're going to do something, because that's why it says in the word that you'll say, Lord willing, I'll do this. Lord willing, I'll do that, because he's the one in control. We're not the ones in control. It's part of the surrender that takes you to Jesus in the beginning, which is the simplicity of the gospel message. So how do we navigate the situation with watching? We navigate it with grace, love, and whatever anybody wants to do, that's fine. I'm just telling you, I walk my walk, you walk your walk. I'm going to continue to be here every single day watching. We'll talk about times as they come in the day. I mean, I'll even look at Labor Day now. I always wondered, why is it called Labor Day? What the heck is this holiday? What does it mean? And I think of childbirth. I think of the scriptures that talk about the labor, the travail coming upon a woman, like the tribulation. And I just wonder why that was ever used. I think about times like 9/11 sometimes. I just passed 911 restoration was a truck before I was praying about making the video. I don't know. I mean, there's people have had, wake me up when September ends, I mean, all of these different things. But today's August 28th. And today could be the day that we go home. And what a marvelous day that would be. However, the longer we're here, I started to say, like, why are we still here? What, and I got flippant. Like, really? Like, we're still here? Yep. Because think of all the people that have come to Christ. And God doesn't want to pull, he's waiting until the last minute. The whole point of the rapture is the 153 fish. It's the filling of the net. It's like a cruise ship that's ready to set sail. You're not going to leave the dock with empty rooms. Until the fullness of the Gentiles comes in, that ship cannot leave, which means that we have work to do. So instead of focusing on the departure, even though I love focusing on the departure. It's one of my favorite things to do because I was told that Jesus is coming soon and there's nothing more exciting than that. At the same time, I've learned that in all of the watching, I've made mistakes by being idle and not being about the Lord's business right now and getting the word out right now for today and getting the word out so that people can make a decision and saying, hey, listen, this could happen now. Because if it truly was going to happen one time a year and we knew that for a fact, we would only watch that time of the year and the rest of the time we'd probably rest on our laurels and not say anything. So I do believe urgency is always the key, is knowing that, hey, this time could end at any time. Actually, my mission could be complete today. I may not make it through the day. Something could happen. You may not make it through the day. People I knew that were watching did not make it through the day. They're already there in heaven with Jesus. I can't wait to see them again. So I say all that to say this. Just take a deep breath. Be excited. Watch for whenever you want to watch, but don't forget about today. That's all I'm saying. Don't forget about the people that you can reach today. The people that need to hear the message. The people that need your light to be shown forth before them, before men, women, and everybody else. So let your light shine today. Today. That's my favorite word, today. And my name's even in that, Todd A. Todd A. Beauty. It's for all my Canadian friends. So, all right. There was something that was really coming to me, and I kind of lost it a little while ago, and I was hoping it would come back. But ultimately, we're in error if we look past today in what we think we're going to do, where we're going to go, what's going to happen, because we really don't know. And that's the most important thing. So I can say I'm excited about this. These things are happening, but I don't know anything more than that. We'll just go one day at a time and take one step at a time. I don't trust this dude. Well, you shouldn't trust me. You should trust Jesus. He's the one that you should trust. Which car are you sitting in? I'm sitting in a Volkswagen, dude.
How can I help you?
Ooh, how can I help you? I rebuke you in Jesus' name. Bye-bye. Okay, that was weird. All right, I'm not entertaining demons anymore. God bless you all. Have a great day. And remember, today is the day of salvation. So spread the word. What? The word, the gospel, the love of Christ. That's what we do. That's what we do. This is how we do it. See ya. Love you. Bye.